Hi Virgo, thank you for joining me. We're going to be taking a look at some shadow work in this series. Now initially I was considering doing readings about exes for these Halloween specials, but then I decided against that because I felt that touching on some shadow work would be more beneficial. So shadow work is basically a form of self-examination, and exploring it can give tremendous opportunities for growth and development. When you can accept your shadow parts, it can lead towards you starting to love and accept all of you. Your imperfections are exactly what makes you perfect. Everything is always about balance, accepting the shadow and the light within, and being able to utilize both aspects as and when you need to. Also, as a result, you'll find that other people's behaviors, they won't trigger you as easily, and you can assess your environment a lot more accurately. You'll start to see others and evaluate situations with greater clarity, and you'll no longer see yourself as being too big or too small. You'll basically feel a lot more in balance. Please remember that these are still general readings and it's not going to resonate for everybody. Always use your own discernment. You take what's yours and you leave the rest. I cannot censor, choose nor control what's coming out of the cards. I'm literally just reading them, and it's up to you what you decide to do with it. You do have free will. Tarot is not in charge here, you are. For everything else, please read the descriptions box. Okay, so now that that's out of the way, let's get into your reading for you, Virgo. And also please remember that shadow work is not for everybody, because some things that come out, they can be quite difficult to hear. I'm not doing these reads to deliberately provoke anyone. You know, it is coming from a good place. But yeah, this isn't for the faint of heart, okay? So let's get into it. Right, it's for Virgo, please. Okay. Vapula. I do apologise for any mispronunciations. Command. Okay, so as with most oracle, you get 3 messages that come with each card. Your first message comes from the creator of the deck. Your second message comes from your own intuition while you're looking at the card. So if you take a moment and you focus on the card, and what feelings, what emotions does the illustration bring up to you? Right. Oh yeah, and your third message comes from your reader and from their intuition. Okay, so Vipula, take control of your life by learning from the masters of your profession. Vipula's totem beast is the lion, which connects him to the gospel author Mark. As a winged angel, the aura around his head also makes him resemble the kingly beast. Vipula is a great companion of applied learning, particularly in the sciences and philosophy. He is a patron of libraries, but he's equally a promoter of handicrafts such as woodwork, engineering and building construction, teaching that abstract learning should be balanced by practical application. Command. So with this particular card, what I'm getting for you, Virgo, is the first message is actually stop being so hard on yourself whenever you make a mistake. All right, making mistakes, it is the biggest part of being human. That's how we learn, that's how we evolve. It's okay for you to make mistakes. So definitely stop kicking yourself whenever a mistake is made, and just try to remember the next time to make your mistake in a slightly different way. Because obviously you don't want to keep going round and round in circles, doing the exact same thing over and over and over and expecting the exact same result. Because obviously that's not going to work. So this is saying, yeah, keep making mistakes. Don't be afraid to make mistakes. Just make your mistakes slightly differently each time, and make sure that you're learning something new each time as well. So don't see mistakes as a failure. You see them as a learning curve. I'm sorry if that's sounding really patronising. I genuinely don't mean it to, but that is how the channeled message is coming through. the other message with this one is patience as well. You might be around someone who isn't quite as advanced as you are at this time with something that you're doing. This could be someone at your workplace, okay? So they're not as advanced as you are, and they are going to require a lot of kindness and patience. So they might press your buttons a few times, but try if you can to allow most of their idiocracy, if you like, to kind of wash over the top of your head. It's not worth getting annoyed about. It's just they're young, that they're naive, they're still learning. And as I say, it is going to require you to be quite patient. And the other message that's coming through with this is you could be that individual that's in that situation where you need others around you at this time to be patient with you, because you're not as advanced as those who are currently around you, and you're trying to learn from them. So they are the ones that are going to have to be quite considerate towards you. The fact that no one is born knowing everything. You're trying to learn, you are going to make mistakes, and if anyone's trying to make you feel guilty for making mistakes, then that sounds like a them problem and not a you problem. They're the ones that need to reevaluate everything. It's a lot like that was me dropping the book. It's a lot like learner drivers. You'll find that the more experienced drivers who get stuck behind a learner driver, they'll start like their bully boy tactics with the learner driver, and it's really, really dangerous as well, because they forget about the days when they were just learning to drive. This is just an example, you know, because to them driving has now become a second nature. So absolutely patience, and patient with yourself for making mistakes. So really nice energies. I like that one. Right, so I'm going to start pulling your tarot, and we'll see if we can get further information. I'm going to try and reduce the time on these particular reads as well. I'll try and get to the point as quick as I can, if I can. But sometimes, you know, the messages, they just come out really jumbled. I'm just dropping them on the floor, so I'm going to take that one. Oh, the Fool. Okay, so the question I was about to ask is, what is Virgo's energy? How is Virgo showing up in the world? And we get the Fool. That's a nice start. Brand new journey. Yeah. Okay, how's Virgo showing up, please? Thank you. The Chariot. Two major arcana back to back. It's beautiful. And the Two of Coins. Right, so Cancerian energy, and your Two of Coins is Jupiter in Capricorn. Remain optimistic. All right, I can feel that you are trying to be as optimistic as you possibly can about this brand new adventure, this brand new journey. It is worrisome, right, because it's put you in this place of a little bit scared about what could happen, and you are definitely trying to remain optimistic. You've got forward movement with the Chariot and your willpower, and then decision making with the Two of Coins. Avoid coming across as being indecisive at this time. Why is the Two of Coins here, please, for Virgo? Risk assessment. Someone just said risk assessment, so it's not that you're worried about the future, it's just you're not one of these that's going to take a risk without investigating everything first. Nine of Swords. Yeah. Try not to overthink the situation at this time, Virgo. It's actually being counterintuitive to your forward movement. Don't be afraid of making this decision. You know what? If you feel that you've made the wrong decision a couple of weeks down the line, it's okay for you to change your mind. You can change your mind. You are allowed to change your mind. What are the outside influences affecting Virgo this time, please? Okay. 3 of Wands, that's Aries, and the Knaves, that's the Page of Wands. Right, see, outside influences. Expectations. Someone's got high expectations of you. They're putting more pressure on you is what they're doing. And the Page of Wands is a brand new path. Outside influences, please. Thank you. The Queen of Cups, Cancerian energy. Right, heavy Cancerian energy in your read, Virgo. So I don't know if you've got that someplace in your own chart, or if that's the individual of whoever you're dealing with. It could be either. See, with this 3 of Wands, I'm getting confused with this one. Because I don't know if you're watching your ships leaving, or if you're watching them coming in. Like, I, for real, do not know with that one. It could be either way at this point. It could be a paranoia as well. Why is the 3 of Wands here, please, for Virgo? Why is the 3 of Wands here for Virgo? Thank you. Another page, a Page of Swords, and the 9 of Coins. Virgo energy. Right. See, with this might require you, Virgo, leaving someone or something behind. Your outside influences, there is someone who is looking at you, investigating you. I'm feeling for this one that's you have sent out your CVs and they're being looked at and you're being looked at. I'm just going to put this out there, Virgo. A very modern day problem. Whenever you're looking for a job, your prospective bosses will do Facebook searches on you. So obviously I don't know if you might be aware of that, but for those who are not aware of that, make sure that your Facebook and all other social medias, I think Facebook's going out of fashion now anyway, but even so, if you've got like a defunct account that's still floating around out there, might be worth logging back into it and making sure that it's completely on lockdown. All right, modern day problem. Because old accounts like that, they do get looked at. We're seeing with this brand new path, with this Page of Wands, that there is an exciting opportunity here, Virgo, that is potentially going to see you very financially stable with the 9 of Coins. And of course, with that financial stability, naturally, your confidence is going to grow through that. Right, there's just this potential tiny little niggle in between. That's why I mentioned about possible bosses doing Google searches and pulling up old profiles and this, that and the next. If you make sure that they're all on lockdown, then there shouldn't be a problem. They're not going to see anything. And then the Queen of Cups. But in this deck, I'm hoping you can see, she's actually tipped out her cup of love and is in the process of walking away. And I'm feeling that that's you, Virgo. You're leaving something or someone behind in order to pursue your brand new beginning. But you need this brand new beginning though. You need it. Because it's the start of the rest of your life. This is quite a profound decision that you need to make here, and that's why for some of you, you're losing sleep over making this decision, because you know the gravity of the situation. Your financial independence is depending on you making this one decision. And it's difficult because it requires you leaving something or someone behind. And that's hard. That is really, really hard, because that's someone who you've got an emotional attachment to as well. Now that could be anybody, all right? That could be your parents, that could be your siblings, that could be your friends. Literally anybody. For some of you as well, it could even be you having to move away from your adult children, for some of you, in order to pursue your brand new career. Let's see the outcome of this, please, for Virgo. You might feel that you're being selfish for making this particular decision. Virgo, sometimes in life you have to make the decisions that on the outside, they do appear selfish. That's just the way that life is sometimes. I mean, what more can I say? You have to focus on yourself. Death, Scorpion energy in your outcome. Yeah, an old way of thinking is ending. An old way of being or doing is ending. There's a change, a huge, huge change with the Death card. The Seven of Coins, that is Saturn in Taurus energy. And Saturn, if you remember, is the planet of karma. That's why I say with the Seven of Coins, there's a card about patience and waiting. In traditional tarot, it's a man who's standing next to a bush and he's got all of the coins in the bush and he's waiting for the fruits of his labour to grow, right? I call it my harvest card. You reap what you sow card. Because you get out of life, usually, God's willing, you get out of life whatever you put in, right? The Saturn influence with the karmic influence is showing that if you don't make these changes now, you could well miss out on your opportunity. You could do. I am going to clarify that, but it's just to bear that in mind in your outcome. You reap what you sow. I have one more for the outcome. Okay, we've got like loads more for your outcome. The Eight of Coins, that's Sun in Virgo energy. Hard work, dedication, paying attention to the details, working hard. Keep working at it, Virgo, because you are on the precipice of a huge, huge breakthrough here. So keep working at it. Keep being dedicated to your current path. The Knave of Swords, that's the Page of Swords. Learning. Learn more. Learn more. In fact, see with this particular combination, your Eight of Coins, working hard, and then Page of Swords, you can learn while you're on the job. You can learn while you're doing this brand new career thing. Learn as you go. That's that combination. Nine of Cups, that's Piscean energy. Wish fulfillment, feeling content. Nines are about attainment and feeling fulfilled. It's not complete because it's a 9, but you're nearly there. Virgo, you're nearly there. You're nearly at the finish line. The Hermit, your major arcana. Take a break if you have to, but whatever you do, do not quit. And you know that already deep down. You know that. And then the King of Wands, that's Leo energy. Taking action. So rest, but do not quit, because the King of Wands does not quit. That is literally all about action, taking action with drive and passion towards their goals. That's the King of Wands. And you can see these are two completely opposite energies as well. So you felt like quitting something. You have. And it's telling you here in your outcome, keep going because you're nearly there. If for some, this is like a new job for a lot of you, where you feel that you don't quite belong there. And in your outcome, we're seeing that you're going to persevere and you will come out on top. Do not quit. Whatever this pertains to for you, Virgo, do not quit. You're nearly at the finish line. And under there, in your blockage, the world, fixed energy, Taurus, Leo, Scorpio, Aquarius. It's a very cyclic energy, right? What goes around comes around. Things ending, brand new chapters beginning. It can indicate that long distance travel as well that I was seeing. There's definitely going to be some kind of distance here that is put between you and someone else that you've got an emotional attachment to. And under there, the Two of Cups, Cancer energy. I'm not seeing taking the connection up to the next level. I'm seeing taking your life up to the next level. Good stuff. Okay, so if you've made it this far into the reading, then please do consider giving me a cheeky wee like, a subscribe, or even a comment, perhaps all three if you're feeling really, really generous. And thank you so much to all of those who have already supported my channel. It genuinely does mean the world to me, so thank you. Here's for Virgo, please, can I have further information? Cards are weird. So Virgo, please. Thank you. Forgetting oneself. Right, so same again with your three messages. So if you take your time to look at the card, if it'll focus. I think that's it. Okay. Right, so it says, time as an eternal present, not fleeting but locked. No progress is no regress either. Eating the lotus flower, numbing our identity to go by the sound of a music that was never ours. A modern Adonis, an ancient Hermes, a grown-up Cupid shrined by laurel, mirth and lotus. He is the welcoming allure of the present moment, the warm embrace that numbs everything else, like Bacchus's wet kiss. If you let go of the pleasure and of the pain, if you let go enough of your identity and the context that you live in, then you'll feel better. It is what happens when you fall asleep, when you take refuge in the arms of a loved one, or when you watch a movie slumped ungraciously on a comfy couch. Sometimes, however, it asks for more. It asks for more out of you, more of yourself to be forgotten, to feel just a little better, and maybe the twisted idea that if you forget everything, then you'll actually feel better. Forgetting everything, letting everything go, not just for a moment of rest, but as a jump in the dark. It's like vertigo. You stand on the edge of a precipice, and a little part of you does want to jump, but it's just that moment of rest, the moment of pause, a moment of uncreative selfishness. So what? Let it be and sleep soundly. Interesting. Virgo. I'll tell you what comes through for me with that card for you. Could it be that somebody is trying to make you feel guilty for picking yourself for once? Could it be that? Don't allow anyone else to make you feel guilty for you making choices and changes into your life. You cannot allow others to dictate your future. You can't do it. It's just not going to work. This is for Virgo, please. Nobody knows what's best for you better than yourself. And you're not being selfish for thinking that way. You're genuinely not. You need to follow your true life path, your true life purpose. You need to follow your heart. It sounded really cheesy, but there we go. It's for Virgo, please. Okay, top two then. Immortal, the consuming family pressure of peers. How bizarre. It's all tying in with each other. Ecstasy, yielding, rapture and bliss. Time to make a choice, Virgo. Do you stay in a situation out of emotional blackmail? Or do you follow your own destiny that takes you to a much happier place, a much happier lifestyle? I'm seeing this as you're currently fighting for your freedom. And I'm also seeing that you're going to win. Some of you have got overbearing and over-controlling family members that you're needing to break free from. It's for Virgo, please. Okay. Mother Nature. Another card about cycles. That's the third message about cycles. Things have to come to an end in order for brand new things to begin. The circle of life. This, with this Mother Nature card, this is a cycle that is outside of human control. This was a matter of time. This was something that was always in the works. It was always going to come round. And destiny. If you look at the card, there's, really dislike this camera, there's a figure down there on the path. You can see that he's packed up all of his earthly belongings, which isn't very much, but it's enough for him to survive. And he's following the path, he's literally following the sun. And the sun, as we know in tarot, is the happiest card in tarot. It's the start of the rest of your life. And that's what this decision has pertained to. Follow your destiny, follow your own path. You've got this, Virgo. I mean, come on, you know you've got this. It's just at the moment you're being emotionally blackmailed otherwise. And you're being made to feel like you're being selfish. You're not being selfish, not even remotely, because this is your life. Really, really nice read, to be fair. Okay, so that is what I have for you, Virgo. If you'd like to book a private reading with me, then the link to do so is in the descriptions box and it's in the pinned comments below. Thank you so much for watching. Have a lovely, lovely week and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.